Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Stories for Learners. I'm your host, Sarah. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic, divination or fortune-telling. Have you ever wondered if someone can really predict the future? Stay tuned and think about your own experiences as we go.
Hi, Sarah. Thanks for having me. That's a big question. Divination is a part of many cultures, and even today, people are curious about their future. I'm excited to share this story and help explain some useful English words along the way.
Perfect! And listeners, feel free to comment or share your thoughts about fortune-telling after the episode. Now, let's jump into today's story and learn some new vocabulary together.
Absolutely. Remember, if you hear a word you don't know, we'll pause and explain it so you can use it with confidence in your daily life.
Divination, also called fortune-telling, is the attempt to discover future events through mystical methods. Now let's explain that word, mystical.
Great idea. Mystical means something that has a spiritual or magical meaning and is often difficult to see or understand. It's mysterious, almost like magic that you can't easily explain. For example, someone might say, "The old forest had a mystical feeling."
Thanks for breaking that down. In our story, mystical methods are mysterious ways people try to learn about the future, like reading palms or looking at the stars.
Exactly. And these methods appear in both Eastern and Western cultures, showing how widespread the belief in divination is.
One common method of divination is palm reading. Through palm reading, a person hopes to find out his or her fate. The palm reader claims to be able to foretell someone's lifespan or success. Let's pause. Foretell is an important word here.
Right. Foretell means to predict or say what will happen in the future. For example, the fortune teller tried to foretell my future. It's similar to predict.
Nice! So, the palm reader tries to foretell things by looking at the lines on your hand, like how long you'll live or if you'll have good luck.
That's right. Even though there's no scientific proof behind it, many people still enjoy palm reading for fun or guidance.
Palm reading isn't the only way people try to see the future. The story also mentions astrology, tasseography, and numerology. Let's stop and explain astrologer.
Sure. An astrologer is a person who studies the stars and planets to try to predict what will happen in people's lives. For example, the astrologer told me I would have good luck this month.
Astrologers analyze how planets and stars might affect us. Tasseography is reading tea leaves, and numerology finds secret meanings in numbers. These practices show how creative people are in seeking answers.
Exactly. Even if the methods seem unusual, people often find comfort in these traditions.
Divination has a long history. Kings and rulers relied on it for thousands of years, especially in China. Chinese court astrologers looked for signs to help rulers make decisions. Sometimes, they tried to diagnose illnesses or predict battles. One more word to learn, plague.
Plague means a disease that spreads very quickly and kills many people. For example, the plague caused many deaths in the city. In history, people used divination to try to understand or stop plagues.
That's helpful. So, when people faced big problems like plagues or wars, they turned to divination for answers, hoping to gain some control.
Exactly. Even powerful emperors like Qin Shi Huangdi kept books about divination, believing it could help them rule better.
Why did divination stay popular for so long? The story says people wanted mastery over the world. Let's pause and talk about mastery.
Mastery means complete control or skill over something. For example, she has mastery of the piano. In this context, people wanted mastery or control over their lives and the world around them.
That's clear. So, when people didn't understand natural events like storms or plagues, they used divination to feel more in control, even if it wasn't scientific.
Exactly. Having some sense of mastery, even just an illusion, made people feel less afraid of the unknown.
But even today, with all our technology, people still practice divination. The story mentions that human life is fragile. Let's explain fragile for our listeners.
Fragile means easily broken or harmed, not strong. For example, the glass is fragile, so be careful. Here, it means that people's lives can change or be hurt easily, so they look for ways to feel safer.
I see. Even though we have science, people still worry about health, money, and relationships, just like in ancient times.
Yes, and since the future is still unknown, divination gives some comfort, even if it isn't always right.
Today, scientists can predict many things, like earthquakes or the movement of celestial bodies. Let's explain celestial.
Celestial means related to the sky or space, like the sun, moon, or stars. For example, the moon is a celestial body. Scientists now study these to predict things like eclipses or weather.
So, while ancient astrologers looked at the stars for answers, today's scientists use technology and math, but we're still searching for certainty.
Right. Even with all our knowledge, we want to know what will happen next, just like people in the past.
People want certainty in life and often settle for the illusion thereof. That's an interesting phrase. Let's explain thereof.
Certainly. Thereof means of the thing just mentioned. For example, he bought a car and is proud thereof means he's proud of the car. Here, people settle for the illusion of certainty.
That's helpful. Today, even professionals like economists and analysts try to predict the future, just like fortune tellers.
Exactly. They use data and facts, but sometimes predictions are still as uncertain as fortune-telling.
Let's connect this to our lives. Even if we don't believe in fortune-telling, we all want to feel safe about the future. Can you think of ways people try to reduce uncertainty today?
Great question, Sarah. People buy insurance, check the weather forecast, or follow financial news all to feel more secure. Just like in ancient times, we look for signs to help us plan.
Exactly. Whether it's divination or data, humans want to prepare for what's coming. This shows how our needs stay the same, even as our tools change.
And that's why understanding these words and ideas helps us talk about both history and modern life.
Now, let's quickly review today's vocabulary. I'll say each word, and you'll give a simple sentence, okay?
Sounds good. First word, mystical. Example, the mountain looked mystical in the morning fog.
Next, foretell.
She tried to foretell the winner of the race.
Astrologer.
The astrologer studied the stars every night.
Plague.
A plague spread quickly through the village.
Mastery.
He achieved mastery in playing chess.
Fragile.
The baby bird is very fragile.
Celestial.
We saw many celestial bodies in the night sky.
Thereof.
He finished his work and was proud thereof.
Now it's your turn. Do you or people in your country use any form of divination or fortune-telling? Why do you think people are interested in knowing the future? Think about it and share your answer with us in the comments or with a friend.
That's a great way to practice your speaking and thinking skills. Don't worry about mistakes. Just try to use the new vocabulary in your answer.
Thank you for joining us today. Learning English is a journey, and you're doing great. Remember, every new word you learn gives you power to understand and connect with the world.
Keep practicing, stay curious, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Even small steps bring big progress. We believe in you.
Our English tip for today. Try writing your own short story with 3 or 4 of today's new words. It's a fun way to remember them.
See you next time. Keep shining and enjoy learning English every day. Goodbye.